Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 6-year anniversary homecoming edition of Music Village. And no, Maestro, we're not going to put that whole title in for the box, because I got a feeling it's going to be like one of those giant ticker walls. By the time you're done reading the end of it, it'll just scroll through and not get through the whole thing. So yeah, no, we're not putting that whole title in. Don't worry about it. And in traditional fashion, and seeing the fact that we've hit a full year around the calendar, and the reason why we're putting so much importance into this, like we said during the intro, folks, this is the same day we launched Music Village approximately 6 years ago on January 24th of 2014. Now, originally, we were supposed to launch Music Village on September 24th of 2014, which was the original date where Music Village first kicked off back when we were in high school. But we decided to wait a little bit later, get our funny commentaries of what we've been up to for the past 6 years up to speed, and to bring you guys a show that I got a feeling changed our lives forever. And since that magical show, folks, a lot of things have happened. We've had 6 award shows. We've mentioned well over 7 WrestleManias, maybe more than that if you count Under the Radar and any of the other side shows we've done. We've mentioned countless episodes of Monday Night Raw. We've done just about every single thing under the sun, and still have a lot more to offer when it comes to that, folks. But something's been bothering me, because yesterday we watched a pilot episode of Music Village that we did, episode 1 for Music Village, and we said, man, a lot of things have changed since then. And what do I mean by that, folks? First off, we had music in the background. Unlike last time, we really had music in the background for every single segment we've done since the beginning. So for this first part, Maestro, don't include the music. We want to go old school with this one. Because another thing we realized is that we said that there was a whole bunch of remakes that happened while Music Village was off the air for those 6 years past that moment. But since then, there's been more. There's been more Chucky movies. There's been, I guess, Ally McBeal came back on the air. Party of 5. I mean, the remake apocalypse has begun. And as a matter of fact, 6 years later, we've still survived the apocalypse. And at this point, I'm really surprised that Terminator has not become a documentary with all the new technology that's been floating around here. From not only, I guess, holograms, watch phones, and you name it, we have it. With the exception of the hover cars that I hope we would have gotten from the Jetsons. Still waiting on that. Where's the hover cars? Where's the suitcase vehicles that we could fly in? And most importantly, when is going to be the day when we can go actually on a school bus that can take us all the way to Mars for kids to go to school, like in the Jetsons? And as a matter of fact, Maestro, in the future for the Tuesday night special, mention the Jetsons, please. We're going to have an episode featuring the Jetsons. The fact that we went this whole entire month without one Jetsons cartoon review is a crying shame. And I got a feeling for next week we may double up on the episodes just to have the Jetsons in it. But that's another thing, because also, folks, in these past 6 years, Sci-Fi has still been on the ball with their sci-fi original films, including a film featuring the remaining living cast members from Police Academy fighting spiders. Fire spiders, nonetheless. I kid you not, look it up. They fought against fire spiders with Michael Winslow. I think that's his actual name. I'm getting confused probably with one of the people from Family Matters. But either way, fighting spiders and making sound effects of gunshots while fighting those spiders. Absolutely beautiful. And since then, folks, besides all of the sci-fi original films, our scientist Mr. Logan has officially become a professor and is now doing weather reports from all around the world, keeping us all informed of major snowstorms and other catastrophes that would hit us on a regular basis. And for that, Mr. Logan, we thank you. And I know his first name is Tim, but still, after 6 years, folks, we keep things on a last name basis with teachers that we had at school. Because for some reason, I don't know why, it must be me, but after I graduate, I still don't want to know the first name of my teachers. I'll just call him Mr. Logan or even Mr. Walnerstein, which, yeah, another guy who I owe thank you to for MusicVillage being around in the first place. I only go by last name basis. And plus, it'll be real weird to call him Norman Walnerstein, because then I'll start thinking about Cheers and say, Norm, hey! And I got a feeling in the near future we're going to probably have a Cheers moment with all the members of WJSB in the near future. And that's a goal of mine too, to hopefully have one of those big Cheers-like moments where we're all gathered around to reminiscing about old war stories about what we used to do in JSB and just sitting back and laughing about it all. And then I would go out and say, well, why does those times have to end? I got a surprise for you guys. And just all of a sudden from out of nowhere, pull out a suitcase with a microphone and another suitcase with a laptop and say, and we're live! And just have each and every one of them go back to the old shows that they used to do back in the day with just a giant stack of CDs of music that they would play. That's definitely an ultimate goal of mine one day, just to have one big oversized reunion for JSB. Yeah, just like this homecoming episode today. And yes, Maestro, I realize we've been home this entire time, but it's like going around the world, or something like Halley's Comet only touching down after 75 years. This is the same case. And oh, by the way, in the past 6 years since we've been doing this show and others, we've had lunar eclipses, solar eclipses, and even the Olympics, presidential changeovers, and other world events that I can't think of right now, but are probably pretty awesome, that's been happening since MusicVillage has come back to these airwaves. And through it all, folks, we still kept that one big promise that we made to you fans at home. We haven't had a lousy finale yet. Nope, no lousy finales here. We don't play the same song on the air that's been played back to back to back, because I got a feeling with so many people hearing Carry On My Wayward Son or Don't Stop Believin', or even the song of, Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses? Yeah, we don't play that. I mean, we'll play a cover version of the song on occasion, but no. We will not play the same song on the air that you would hear on regular radio stations over and over again. We still kept to our word on that. And the last part is that we will always be independent. We will always be that guy in the corner helping out the little guy and trying to boost up everybody to be better than what they already are. That will always be our credo till the day we stop doing this show. And Maestro with a little tear in his eye saying, hey, what about me? And no, you know already. We're here to help each other out. I mean, you've been here since the beginning, technically since episode 5, but nevertheless, we're here to help you out too. Because hey, without you, Maestro, this show would not be running right now because the music volume would be off. And then we would have a whole bunch of editing problems to worry about when the show gets off the air. But nevertheless, still has been a very fun journey with many more years left to come with MusicVillage. And who knows, we may go old school again in the near future and not have music in the background and just think of more of the crazy things that's been going on in the past 6 or so years when we hit 10 years. Yeah, let's do this again in 10 years, Maestro. Yeah, that sounds nice. And I guess with me looking backwards far enough, folks, I think it's time for us to move forward and head into the rest of this broadcast and bring you some more Music Village goodness as Music Village continues right after this. So don't go anywhere just yet, folks, and stay tuned.